Hello, everyone. My name is Usama Fayyad, and this video is to share with you a proposal on a talk that we plan to give at Strata 2018 in New York City. Um, my name is Usama Fayyad, and I'd like to introduce my co-speaker, Hamit.
Hi, this is Hamit Hamutcu.
We would like to share with you a quick presentation here, which just gives you an idea of why this talk will be an interesting topic. The basic idea of this talk is to set the standard for who gets to call themselves a data scientist. If you look in the industry, what you see is a large amount of people who are calling themselves analytics professionals. So these are people who are essentially participating or are members of Kaggle, which is basically a site where people compete in analytics and in data science. That number has hit 1 million, and as you can see, is growing very fast. In fact, almost 40 to 50% in the last year alone. So it's pretty much doubling every year. If you also take another indicator, which is the number of people who show up when you search on keywords like targeting or by skills, so statistics, data analysis, data mining, etc. There's about 12 million. If you search on things like title, business analyst, senior business analyst, data analyst, etc., data scientist, you get about 1.6 million people. And you may wonder, of all those people, you know, who is really a data scientist, who is really truly a data analytics professional. Another thing to think about is top 100 LinkedIn groups, group members. Base. So if you see, if the big data analytics alone has 320,000 plus members, Data Science Central has 270,000 members, etc. And as you can see, these are pretty large members, very much fragmented with a lot of very, very related interests. If you go even further and you say, what about within a company? When somebody is called a data scientist, are they the same, really? So we've used examples here. Here are 3 data scientists at Facebook. And if you can see from their education, well, one of them is a PhD in industrial engineering. Another is a Bachelor of Science in Marketing and Information Systems. The third has a master's in business and some certifications. So again, you know, who should really be called data scientists? Are they all capable? If you look at their skills, you'll see, you know, the one on the left, Kun, is SaaS, operations, research, statistics. Brandon in the middle has data analysis, social media, Facebook. And Christine has business analysis, research, data analysis. And if you go further and you look at their experiences of people from across different companies, you'll find the picture to be even more confusing. Not only within the same company there's inconsistency, but here are 3 professionals. We shared their profiles here. And if you look at their experience or their education or their skills, you know, the training is in different areas, their skills are in different areas. Some people focus on machine learning, some on R and Python, some on data analysis, optimization, and programming. So once again, who is a data scientist versus not is an interesting question. This basically leads to further confusion even at the executive level. So what do you call these people? What do you call these managers? And who do they manage? What are the different skills required at each level? These are all effectively open questions with everybody doing their own, rolling their own. I would claim that employers, even training institutions and schools, recruiters, Even candidates themselves are confused as to when can I really call myself in a credible way a data scientist or a professional analyst, etc. So with that, I'd like to turn it over to my co-speaker, Hamit, to continue with the presentation. Hamit?
Yes, thanks, Usama. What we're actually going to present, what we're planning to present at Strata is the results of a research study that we're in the process of conducting. So to provide some insight into this confusion that Usama has described, as you can see here, a bunch of different titles all meshed up. The research study is going to look at a few things. So the first is how analytics teams are structured within companies, what kind of job titles exist, and what kind of responsibilities are attached to each of these job titles, and then what kind of skill sets are required for each job title, right? So so the next slide, where we go into a little bit of what we're aiming to do with the research. We imagine this to be a large group effort where we rely on the expertise of academicians, people active in the business world who are who are doing hands-on work in the area of data science and analytics. We imagine this is going to be an ongoing effort, not a one-time effort, but hopefully the first research study is going to set up the basis to build on it. And if we can create some more awareness about the issue and what some of these standards could be, we think it will be beneficial to the entire analytics community. So the next slide, where we go into the research methodology. So we'll reach out to several hundred people via a couple of different mechanisms. One is in-depth interviews. The other is a detailed questionnaire. We'll also do extensive research into existing market insights, be it from third-party data sources or social media or job sites, etc., to make sure that we have a broad overview of what we know. And we'll have participation from several key industries that rely on data analytics heavily. Financial services, telecommunications, technology, logistics, etc. And we look into the various job functions or departments where data analytics is a critical component. And when you look at the next slide, you'll see that we want to do this on a global scale, right? Of course, we expect major participation from the US, where we see the largest number of companies relying on data analytics and data science, but we'll make sure to include companies from Europe, Asia, and Latin America. So with that, we hope that the audience will find this useful, both technical and non-technical audience, and we hope that the awareness that we created at Strata is going to be beneficial for the analytics community. And we thank you for your consideration.
Yeah, with that, I'd like to also thank you all for tuning in. We'll end this video with just a few conclusion words. One is the research that we are describing here and the learnings. So the emphasis is not really on the research, or we'll share with you a lot of the statistics and the learnings. More importantly, what we want to do is share insights. I have been effectively in the data science, machine learning, and AI business for a long time. That's where I did my PhD. I practiced it in the science data analysis field at NASA JPL. I then practiced it in terms of its use in corporations and in database servers at Microsoft, where we actually built and shipped components in SQL Server 2000. I left Microsoft in 2000 to actually, with two other colleagues, to start a company that offered data warehousing and data mining and data science in the cloud as an ASP. We spun off a second company out of that one that specialized in deep data science problems, and got quickly acquired by Yahoo, where I became the world's first chief data officer. stayed at Yahoo for 4.5 years, left Yahoo in 2008, started yet another startup, and got involved with some international efforts in entrepreneurship and accelerator building in the Middle East and North Africa, as well as doing a startup called Blue Kangaroo that was focused on using these analytics in a mobile search engine to find and personalize offers across the whole offers ecosystem. I then was recruited into Barclays to be their first global chief data officer in London. Came back from London to the Bay Area about 1.5 years ago, and I since have been running my own company, Open Insights, which effectively I restarted again, doing projects exactly in these areas with some of the largest corporations, who, by the way, are the largest employers in these areas. And I get to witness the confusion we're talking about day in, day out. And I feel the very, very strong need for this set of standards in the industry to help us all do a better job. With that, I thank you, and I hope you consider this talk, which I think will be very, very relevant to Strata and very relevant to the audience across multiple industries. With that, I'd like to turn it over to Hamit for some last concluding remarks. Hamit?
Yes. Thanks, Usama. Just like Usama said, as a professional who's been in this area for about 20 years, trying to hire people, trying to train them, trying to help them advance their careers in analytics. We feel this study to be an important milestone, and we're excited to be able to share the results and the insight derived that in New York in September. Thank you.